Hi everybody, welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid, where today we have an emergency announcement. Get my 6! Here they are. Here's my girls and boys. Everybody's been asking how they're doing. Winston's great. Check out the hillbilly garden behind me here. Potatoes ready to harvest, some turnips ready to be thinned out and harvested. Oh my goodness. All right. I just did like a 10-mile bike ride because it's my day off from running. So that's what I do. When I make myself take a day off from training, I go out and bike 10 miles. But I'm not going to make you suffer my long-winded ADD diversions. I almost saw a baby rabbit. Well, I mean, I saw it out of the corner of my eyes. We have these wild rabbits that have given birth right outside our back door this year. I miss my cat, Cleopatra, but man, I had no clue how murderous she was. We piled like a bunch of branches up here when we went around trimming our trees, you know, dead limbs so they don't just fall and look like a cyclone came through here. We really work hard at keeping our property looking nice. And but man, I've never seen this many rabbits. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to have you suffer my ADD moments. So let me get right to it. Okay. But then I have something I want to talk to you about because I remembered what I forgot in the video I made yesterday. So we're going to walk around, look at how beautiful this place is becoming now that the leaves are back. Here's the emergency announcement. It has to do with my beautiful bride, Dearly, aka Giggly Girls, Etsy business, her food business, which is phenomenal. So thanks to all of you who have supported her. You're supporting me too, of course, because, you know, we're a couple, we're a family, but you've been giving me the ability to take some time off and stuff, and it's been wonderful, and I've gotten into some other things. But here's the announcement. For so many of you who love the lumpia and love the peanuts and all that, something has come up for this summer. You're going to know about it this summer, but not right now. Because we're the type of people that like to do things and then tell people about it, not say we're going to do all these things. And then if something comes up and we end up not doing it, we look like a-holes. You know, the type of people that always go around, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. They never do anything. But you'll be made aware of it. But it's a situation that is going to cause us to have to put all of her food stuffs in that Etsy store on hold for a while. So if you like the lumpia, you like the peanuts, like Bill Poole up in Pittsburgh, so many people, like oh my gosh. Okay, let me finish the announcement first, and I got to show you something. It's some footage I took a couple days ago, right here, from right here. Stock up on the lumpia and the peanuts soon through the month of May. We're in May now as of this recording, because they're not going to be available for probably June, July, and probably August. You're going to know why. And it's a good thing. It's for a good reason. And then in the fall, she'll get back to it and you'll be able to get your lumpia fixes and your peanut fixes. But let me show you okay, so that's the announcement. A couple other things I'm going to tell you about. But let me show you the video footage I took from right here 2 days ago. Check it out. It's one of our new neighbors. A couple of them actually. Going in their new home. So guys, we have done it. We have successfully lured wild honeybees to more than one, actually, bee boxes. We did not buy, she is again. That's a different one. We did not buy any bees this year. We did not buy a queen and a swarm. We got a box here, we got a box way out there. We've got bees that have taken up residence in that box already as well. And then we've got one more way down there in that tree. You see right there with the green lid. It was just down there. No swarm in there yet, but there was a scout in the box checking it out. So, isn't that awesome? We have new neighbors, and they're not a-holes. Like most of our neighbors, they're not a-holes. And that's one of the things I'm going to tell you about today. I was talking yesterday in a video. I felt really inspired because I'd met one of the UVA safeties, a defensive player named Chase Chalmers, and he was talking to my son's football team about pointers for football, pointers for being on a team and all that. And it was very inspirational. And this is a very intelligent young man, very impressive young man. I honestly believe we're going to see him in the NFL someday, and it was really great to meet him. He followed his heart. I mentioned how he actually qualified for the national 200-meter finals in high school. My gosh, these Virginia burning bushes are looking wonderful. Let me show you. There's the road. You can still see the road, but in a couple years, you won't be able to. But these burning bushes, I finally took these cages, these wire cages off of them that I put on them when I planted them 5 years ago to keep the deer and the rabbits from, destroying them and eating them. Look at how beautiful they are now. We cut the weeds out from underneath of them, or at least most of them. Hey, I made the announcement, so from this point on, you've got to suffer my ADD moments as I get distracted from the beauty of the nature which surrounds me. Look at this. Aren't these beautiful? And they got these beautiful little yellow flowers on them that go to seed, of course, and cause more. Look at the place from this angle. Back there's the house where we started. Way up there's the campground. All right, let me show you more of this beautiful forest my family and I planted. Not a single tree in here when we planted it was taller than our son at the time, and he was only 5. Check out this eastern redbud. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? It's so tall, I've got to turn the phone. Here comes a truck. Wow, he didn't even see me. Look at this. You can't even see him going through there for the most part. Check out this cherry tree. This is my favorite tree down here. Gosh, it's almost 20 feet tall now. We thought that it wasn't going to make it. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know this story. Cut it off. Here's the original rootstock. Let me get the phone down in here. Planted this right here. It was about this tall, looked like it died, so we cut it, hoping it would grow. I came out here with a shovel to dig it up 2 years ago, and I saw that it had sprouted like a new stalk, and I thought, well, let's give it a chance. Look at this. I can't get my hand around it now. That's how thick it is. In only 2 years, that little stalk became 20 feet high tree. Look at this forest. You know, the Chinese have a saying, have a belief. They say that to truly live a life, to live a truly fulfilled life, you got to do 3 things: raise a child, plant a tree, and write a book. Gosh, living the dream, doing all that. It's wonderful. I'm going to talk about a couple of them here in a minute, seriously, because it helps me make my point. So Chase Chalmers passed up the opportunity to compete in a national championship, to follow his heart, to play football. He went to the UVA football camp. He got spotted by the UVA coaches, and they invited him to play football at UVA. Great guy. Now, I was talking yesterday, I wanted to make 2 points about doing that which you love no matter what it is and no matter what other people think. Because point 1 was, people just don't care. Most people don't care. If you say, well, gosh, I want to do this, like Chase, he probably said, well, maybe I should go to that national championship race because there's so many people that tried to qualify for this and they never made it. And here I have this chance. What would they think? Or everybody would think I'm crazy to pass this up. But I really want to play football at UVA, so I want to go to that football camp. Well, he went to the football camp and he made his dream come true, which is what was important to him and which is what should be important to all of us. Not other people's dreams, our dreams, okay? Because number 1, most people don't care anyway. There are people who probably knew he was in that situation, didn't care which choice he made, because how did it affect them, okay? So do what you love because it's what you want to do. Most people don't care. Number 2, and this is the point that I tried to remember yesterday, but I couldn't. That was the end of the day, and I'd been out doing football associated stuff like all day and ran some errands on the way home. I was exhausted. I was beat. As you can tell, I'm more manic in the mornings than I am the evenings. This is when I have my energy, especially after a 10-mile bike ride on my day off from running. So, number 2, people are going to judge you anyway, whether you fail or if you succeed. Because, and listen, it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. The people who will judge you are going to judge you because they're judgmental. They're critical. That's them, not you. So, let's say you overcome the fear of wonder, what will other people think? Okay, who cares what they think? Most people don't care anyway. Go out there and do it. If you fail, sure, they're going to judge you. But even if you succeed, those who judge will judge you anyway. They'll talk about how you should have done it differently, how you should have done it better, how you got lucky, how you were in the right spot at the right time, how you knew the right people, you had connections. It's called social capital. They're going to come up with some reason why you succeeded, because it makes them feel better about themselves because due to their failures or their lack of successes. And many of them made no effort. They never tried. They never had a goal. They never had a dream. They never had anything they were passionate about to go out there and do. So they spent their lives going around judging others. Now, somebody asked, because I mentioned Dearly's food, somebody asked in the comments here recently if I still sell my books. Of course I still sell my books. I just haven't talked about them in forever. But I'm going to talk about 2 of them right now. And I guess, you know, this stuff might go on pause. I mean, we're going to take a small stock with us of stuff like this, but yeah, okay, we're going somewhere. I gave that part of it away. I can see the house and the garden and everything from up here. Check out these apple trees. We planted these. Somebody was asking about, how's the apple orchard doing you planted in your backyard 5 years ago? Here's how it's doing. These things are like 20 feet tall. They got baby apples on them this year because we've worked very hard on getting our pollinators. Like you saw in the video, didn't buy bees this year. We just attracted them in with bee boxes and some swarm spray, something like that. Look at this, blossoms. Apple blossoms, aren't they beautiful? All right, if you want to see in literary form, as I'll put it, sorry, I'm making an adjustment here. The sun was in my eyes that way, I gotta go this way. Oh, another beautiful apple tree. Planted it 5 years ago. We've got 8 here. We've planted 2 each of 4 different types, so we can mix it up. Planted Red Delicious, which yes, people still eat. I eat because they're red and they're delicious. I love to eat Red Delicious apples while I sit in front of the wood stove and burn well-seasoned red oak and wear my red robe. Okay. So, the box and the lunatic. Somebody was asking specifically about the lunatic. Yeah, they're still on Etsy, and if you get them, the link's in the description box below. I autograph these and send them out with a bookmark. And they're on Amazon too. So if you're watching this in the summer, and if we have deactivated these for a few months, you can get them on Amazon. But the 2 main characters from these 2 books could not be more polar opposite from each other than 2 people could. And here's my point. In the box, we have a young man who is passionate. It's about music, and many of you have read this book. I, honest to God, believe, people have often said, what's the best book I think I've ever written? Well, I think The Lunatic. But before that, probably The Box. And it's my least successful book commercially. It's kind of a romance novel. But the guy's a musician. He's very talented elsewhere. He's great at doing other things. He had multiple opportunities to do, you know, what, go to school, get good grades, go to a good college, get your degree, get a good job, have health insurance. And then that wasn't his way. He pursued his passions. He dropped out of a wonderful university because it wasn't his thing. He followed his heart, and as it ends, it worked out, and he walked away from millions of dollars worth of assets to pursue his passion, and success rained down, and it rained money. It's just, when you do what you love, all that other stuff's going to follow. I promise you. The ability to take care of yourself and your family, it's going to happen if you're taking care of yourself. Well, and then inversely, in The Lunatic, now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you fair warning right here. This one's PG rated. This one is R, okay? Probably non-rated. A lot of adult language, a lot of adult situations, alternative lifestyle type stuff, sexual. Listen, don't read it if that's not your thing. If you get offended by adult stuff, what's one of those terms the yuppies use? Adulting. If adulting's not your thing, don't read this book, okay? Wow, look where we are. I guess I'll go ahead and let you get my 6 up here. Oh hell, let's go into the woods. All right. But the main character there, so many of you have read it, got so much feedback about how it changed so many people's lives. It's really just a cautionary tale about the importance of to thine own self be true, which is one of the points I was making yesterday in the video when I was completely exhausted. But to thine own self be true, okay? In the box, the main character is true to himself and lives a life beyond his wildest imaginations. In the lunatic, the main character is not true to himself. He lives a lie. He becomes miserable to the degree to where he becomes so consumed with self-hate. Hatred just comes out of his pores. It just seeps out of his pores. And he hates everyone and everything around him. And he sees 5% of somebody's situation and completely creates the other 95% and is convinced in his mind he's right, because in his sick, twisted world that he's created through living a lie himself, he can't discern reality from non-reality, and it ends in tragedy. I mean, it's not as tragic as an old man with the blue sleeping bag falling down a hill and rolling and rolling and rolling. And even when he gets to the bottom and it's flat, for some reason he still rolls before trying to get into his, cloaking blue sleeping bag and become invisible again and crawl off into the woods. I mean, nothing ends that tragically, but it's close. But the true tragedy is not the murders and the killings. I mean, I don't want to give too much away. The character lived the tragedy. At the end, he's kind of, I can't say that. I don't want to give too much away. The tragedy is not being who you are, not doing the things you want to do, primarily because you're too concerned with what other people might think or what other people might say. Again, just to reiterate, number one, most people don't care. Do it anyway. Number two, people who judge because they're judgmental bastards. It's not you, it's them. And whether you succeed or whether you fail, they're going to judge you anyway. So do it anyway. And thirdly, to thine own self be true. It's like Mark Twain said, when you die, when you're in your final moments, you're not going to look back and regret so many of the things that you did. Like, I wish I hadn't done that. You're going to look back and you're going to regret the things you didn't do. Okay? And then along those lines, that's kind of why this thing's happened in this summer that's come up, why I had to make this emergency announcement. And trust me, we're going to let you guys in on it, but we're going to wait until it happens because we don't want to look like a-holes. Like I said, oh, we're going to do this, going to do that, and then not do it. We'd like to do it and then show you, So anyway, that's it for today. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day. It's my day off. This is my day of rest. It's actually Sunday. So I was like, I can't run. So I bike 10 miles. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Thanks for being here. See you for more next time.